think it's 11:05. I'm going to get started. All right. So welcome everyone to the Engineering IT Graduate Welcome Session. This is, I would like to welcome you to the University of Melbourne. My name is Professor Andrew Uy. I'm the Associate Dean Student Engagement in the Melbourne School of Engineering, and I'll be hosting this event. There are a few things I need to do at the start. The first thing I need to do is welcome my boss, the Dean of Engineering, Professor Mark Cassidy, to give you his welcome address.
Well, thanks, Andrew, and welcome all new students to the Melbourne School of Engineering, to Engineering and IT at the University of Melbourne. I'll start by just acknowledging that the Melbourne School of Engineering and the University of Melbourne is located on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and I pay my respect to the elders, both past and present. And I also pay my respect to any other Indigenous Australians or international Indigenous people who are on the call here today. Welcome to Engineering and IT, to the Melbourne School of Engineering. It's really absolutely wonderful. It's one of my favourite times of the year is to welcome new students onto campus usually, but for the first time in my life, welcoming you virtually into our virtual campus. I wish we could all be together on our beautiful Parkville campus today, but unfortunately with the pandemic, we're in the virtual world still, though we're hoping that that will change over the next semester. I know you have all overcome many, many challenges to be beginning your student careers in the University of Melbourne and your University of Melbourne experience, and I welcome you warmly. It's a really exciting time to be studying engineering and IT. My view is the world is rapidly changing. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it is that the digital world is progressing faster than we thought, that the world needs engineering solutions and IT solutions for their problems, whether it's to do directly with the pandemic. For instance, some of our researchers and teachers who will teach you through your course have been involved in coming up with hoods to go over intensive care beds to be used in our hospitals right at this moment. Others are involved in research in all the disciplines of engineering, biomedical engineering, civil, mechanical, and in digital technologies, and these will become your teachers over the coming years. In welcoming you, I really would like you to participate fully in all the opportunities that you'll get provided as a University of Melbourne student. We're working very hard to link directly with industry through workshops, information sessions. We're also setting up wellbeing initiatives. We've got lots of student clubs for you to join. If I can just say, leave one message is to really take your time at university to engage in all of these activities. Not just engage in your academic activities, but also the non-academic activities and all that being a university student has to offer. All of the staff, the academic and professional staff in the Melbourne School of Engineering are here to make sure that you get the most out of your time. We care about you and your future. We want to make sure that when you graduate, you are ready to meet every challenge in your working and in your life. I'll leave it there. I'll throw back to Andrew, but again, just welcome to the Melbourne School of Engineering. Usually we have a party this afternoon when we're not in the virtual campus, where I get to meet some of you in person. But saying that, if you do see me when we get back onto campus, please call out, say hello. I look forward to meeting you. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Mark. I can echo Mark's statements. Make sure that if you see Mark on campus, when we get back on campus, make sure you say hi to him. He's very friendly, and I always say hi to him as well. Next person I would like to introduce, right, is Mark. So before I do that, I just want to make sure that there's chat function in Zoom. All right, you can chat during this whole event. We can see your comments. Remember, we can see your comments in the chat. But we will not answer any questions posted in chat. Okay, if you want us to answer any questions, right, make sure you put it in the Q&A function in Zoom. We have many staff around now on Zoom answering your questions live. So if you have any questions, please put it in the Q&A function in Zoom. I would like to introduce another person today. All right, so I've got many bosses. I've got Mark, and then I've got Professor Jamie Evans. Jamie, can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. So Jamie and I do work together every day, and we do have coffees together as well. And this is what happens in some of our coffee sessions. Have some coffee.
That's delicious. Here you go. Thank you. Yep.
Oh, that's good. Oh, sorry, Jamie. Do you want another sip?
Yeah, that's fine. We love each other.
Oh, Jamie, I knew you loved me. I knew you loved me.
Oh.
All right. So this is how we have to work now. All right, Jamie and I work together. We also share coffees together. And, Jamie and I and Mark, we all love each other, and we all love you as the students at University of Melbourne as well. Now, please, it's very important for us that you check into this event. Make sure you register for this event. We need to have data to see how many people are engaging in our events. If you haven't already, please go to this link, http:/go.unimelb.edu.au/ go to that link and register. Make sure you register yourself for this event. All right, I would like to first now demonstrate to you, right, a modern technology at the University of Melbourne. This is invented here at the University of Melbourne. We can, for the next 30 seconds, when I say go for the next 30 seconds, right, and for the next 30 seconds only, we'll turn your screen into touch screen. All right, we'll turn your screen, and I want you to answer a question on the touch screen, on your computer screen, the one that you're looking at right now. We'll turn it into a touch screen. Okay, no matter what computer you have, right, it will become a touch screen. All right. Now, before you answer this question, right, before you touch a screen, right, it's very, very important, especially during these days, right, to wash your hands first. So I want you to take a few seconds to please wash your hands. All right. Okay, are you ready now to answer the question? All right. And are you ready? All right, so you will see a map appearing on the computer screen, and I want you to circle right now on your computer and put your wash hand onto the computer screen and circle which country you are in right now. Oh, we got a few from China, Brazil. Okay, one on Pacific Ocean as well, in United States, a lot in Australia at the moment, and New Zealand as well. We got some in New Zealand. All right, so thank you. Thank you all for participating. This is brand new technology. Okay, it is invented here right now for the next 30 seconds, and we have lots of people putting love hearts as well. Thank you very much. Thanks for participating. As you can see, we have people engaging in our event, right, from all over the world. Okay, so just a few information about what's going on today. We're going to have 11 to 12 now. We have an engineering IT graduate session. It used to be in the public lecture theater or arts building. Okay, and 11 to 12, you will meet your course coordinators. Now, if you are back on campus, all right, you will be going to a particular venue, meeting your course coordinators. And between 3:30 to 5, right, you will have an opportunity to meet graduates from the MSE clubs or our clubs building. Again, if you're back on campus, it will be in a physical building. Tomorrow, 11 to 12, we have a graduate and studies transition. Come and learn about how to transition from your culture and learn more about Australian culture. And then at 1 to 2 tomorrow, right, there's again engineering IT, how to get started with engineering IT studies at the University of Melbourne. Now, again, right, we are obviously not on campus. Everything will be online. So we have what we're doing right now is that we will be sending you everything. We'll be sending you a link that look like that, and when you click on that link, right, you will be automatically at the University of Melbourne. Right? So if you have a link, all your classes, all the events, everything you have to go, you will have a link at unimap.zoom.us and a very funny numbers and alphabets, and when you click on it, you will be at your class magically at the University of Melbourne. So everything will be done via Zoom link. So remember, just look out in your emails, all right, for any Zoom link, and in the LMS, when you enroll in the learning management system, all your lectures, workshops, laboratories, everything will be done on Zoom, right, until it's safe to go back to campus. And more information about that in the second semester. So all lectures, Zoom, all lectures, tutorials, workshop, laboratories, everything will be done on Zoom. And we have been working very hard, looking at how best to present our courses. We have learned a lot from first semester, teaching online. Now we will do a lot better in second semester when we get the opportunity to teach all of you online. Some subjects, I think some of you are worried about labs. I can tell you that we are having very imaginative way or innovative ways of presenting laboratories. Some subjects have actually sent lab kits to the students' home. And even if you're overseas, the lab kits will be sent to you and you'll have the opportunity to do the lab in your own home. But then this is again subject to classes, depending on what subject that you are enrolled in. We have a website that all our staff will go to, sharing ideas and innovative ways of teaching, right? And how we can teach better in semester 2, and that's how we're going to progress. And we will be trying all these methods, right, that we have learned in semester 1 and do a lot better, right, in the delivery of our subjects in semester 2. All right, so I have a few polls that I would like you to answer, right? So just to get an idea about where you guys are from. So the first poll I would like to ask you to answer, right, is what stream of Master of Engineering are you in right now? And we will have a poll. There will be a poll coming up on the screen now, and I would like you to just click on, you can't use your finger, all right? So this one here, we're back, the touch screen only lasts for 30 seconds, and that was a few minutes ago. Now you have to use your mouse, and please click on the answer, right? It will give you a few seconds to click on the answer. I just want to know what discipline of engineering you're enrolled in right now. You have enrolled in, or what discipline of engineering you're interested in. And we're gonna show the answer in a few minutes. Have we got the answer? We'll see how many. Okay, we've got a few chemical engineering, a few biomedical engineering here, civil engineering students, software, got a few software, mechatronics. Where's mechanical? No one, oh, mechanical. Okay, not a lot of you doing mechanical. I'm doing mechanical. So I won't be seeing a lot of you, but there's quite a few doing software engineering and electrical engineering, I think, as well. All right, thank you very much for participating in that poll. All right. Okay, so just an overview of the Master of Engineering. Master of Engineering is a 300 points degree, right? So if you take the full degree, it will take you 3 years to finish that degree, right? But most of you have credits. I think if you have done the undergraduate degree at the University of Melbourne, you would have 100 points of credit. So you only need to do 200 points. So it will only take you 2 years to complete the degree. Some of you might have, who come from overseas, would have 50 points of credit, say, and it might take you 2.5 years to complete a 250-point degree. You do every semester, if you're a full-time student, every semester you do 50 points per semester, and 50 points is around 4 subjects per semester usually, right? So if you have to take the 300-point Master of Engineering, you'll be between 22 to 24 subjects. That's because some subjects are 50 points in total, right? Sorry, 25 points. Some subjects are 25 points. Right? Most of our subjects are 12.5 points, right? So because you do 4 subjects per semester, and 50 points per semester. So it is 12.5 points per subject. Please check your handbook for entry requirements and completion requirements. Go to handbook.unimelb.edu.au to check. You should look at that website at least once in your degree to have a look at what you need to do in order to complete your degree. It's an official document, right? In case there's any dispute about what you need, whether you have completed your degree or not, we always look back to the handbook. So make sure you'll have a look at handbook.unimelb.edu.au. Now, how many of you are, we also have quite a few specialized master students as well, and IT students joining us this semester. So some of you might be enrolled in the Master of Information Technology, Master of Information System, Master of Engineering Structures, Engineering Management, and Environmental Engineering. So could we have a poll now to see how many of you are enrolled in these programs here? All right, it will take a few minutes. So now you have to go to use your mouse and click on your answer, see which course you are enrolled in. All right, I think we should be able to, I think you've all clicked your answer now, I think. And MIT, Master of Information Technology, 56% of you are enrolled in that program. That's so many of, that's probably one of our most popular program at the moment, Master of Information Systems, and we have a few enrolled in the Master of Engineering Structures, Engineering Management, Environmental Engineering, Computer Science, a few, as well as Master of Energy Systems. Thank you for participating in that poll. So just to continue on, so most of the subjects that you do, right, will give you 12.5 points of credit towards your degree. We have a few subjects in your course that is worth 2 subjects, that is worth 25 points. So 2 subjects, these are bigger subjects, and they will take a lot more work in order to complete them, and they will count towards 25 points towards your degree. Again, remember, if you're full-time students, you do 50 points per semester. And again, if you're full-time students, you will do 100 points per year. More information about your program, is from 1 to 3 p.m. today. Just go to your course coordinator for your program. Okay, don't be over ambitious and go to all the sessions. All right, you only need to go for one, the one that you're enrolled in. Okay, so choose the course coordinated program. You only go to the one for the program that you're enrolled in. If you're enrolled in Master of Engineering Chemical, then you only go to Master of Engineering Chemical. Okay, don't go to the Master of Engineering Mechanical because that won't be relevant to you. Right? And if you're enrolled in the Master of Information Technology, then only go to the Master of Information Technology one. Everything that all the administrative matters that you are faced with, you can get answers in a place called Stop One, right? So Stop One is a place, a physical place at the university that students will go to, right, in order to get their questions answered about their administrating, their enrollment, and also possibly this is the place that you go to if you fall sick and cannot do your exam, or if bad things happen to you during the semester, you always go to Stop One. It's a physical location at the University of Melbourne. We also have a virtual, is now, of course, you're not allowed to go to campus now, so everything is virtual, right? So there will be a web address that I'll show you in the next few slides. So you go there. In Stop One, we have support services for international students, students with disability, disingenuous students, elite athletes. If you want support, you can go there. They give you skills and development services. We have career support that you want to know more about your career, you can go there. Academic skills are skills that teach you knowledge about how to succeed in your studies, but not course-related skills. So these are skills that if you have time organization skills, note-taking skills, English skills, and time management skills, right? You can get with in the academic skills unit. Study abroad and exchange in Stop One as well. Answers about fees, transcript and academic statements, scholarships, housing, financial aid, etc. You can find all these. If you have any issues with any of the items listed on this page, right, you can go to Stop One and they will help you with answering these questions. So Stop One has got a few ways of interacting with them. All right, you can go to students.unimel, all right, to find all the information about and ask questions there. There's a chat function, ask.unimel. You can join a chat there, a text chat, and they'll they'll answer you questions as soon as they can. Or you can just call, all right, 13MELB, or there's an outside Australia number there too on the right-hand side of the screen. Okay. If you're back on campus, Stop One is at 757 Swanson Street. There's one at South Bank as well. And there's a health and well-being services at 138 Cardigan Street. All right. We hope that you'll be able to physically interact with all these locations, right, as soon as possible, as soon as it's safe to go back to campus. I will show you the location. Stop One is just right there, the corner of Gretton and Swanson Street. And we have one at South Bank as well on the right-hand side of the screen. Okay. If you need to go to Stop One and ask any questions, go to students.unimel.edu.au/student-support/advice, and that's the rest of the. I can't read on my screen because it's covered by something else. Or just Google Unimel Stop One and it will take you there. All right. Sometimes it's difficult to remember the whole URL. If you just go to Google and type Unimel Stop One, it will take you right there. Click on it, and all the information is there, and you can go to. So Stop One is the place you go to in order to get help about anything at the University of Melbourne, any non-course related stuff. All right. So any questions about your subject, you ask your lecturers directly. But anything else, right, you can go to Stop One, and they should be able to help you there. Stop One also have health services, services.unimel.edu.au/health. We also have well-being services, chaplaincy, any religious matters you want to have a talk about, you want advice about, services.unimel.edu.au/chaplains, counseling and support services, including LGBTIQA+ support. You can go to services.unimel.edu.au/counsel, and some other helpful online pages is there as well. Students.unimel.edu.au/balance and services.unimel.edu.au/finder. All right, so these are websites that you can go to get help for various services. All right, now this is very important. Bad things happen during the semester, right? And if you don't tell us, we won't know, right? So there are two types of special consideration. One is unexpected or unforeseen circumstances, things that happen to you unexpectedly. And we also have special consideration for ongoing or episodic circumstances. All right, so I'll give you some examples of some of these items. So if you have, for unexpected and unforeseen special consideration, right, is when you fall ill suddenly before the exam, or you have some mental issues, or if thief break into your home, okay, and then you can't study for the exam, it gives you, or someone in your family dies, or someone in your family falls sick and you need to give them help, right, unexpectedly. If you have any other hardship and trauma, right, you can apply for special consideration under the unexpected and unforeseen circumstances area, and you are given within four days. Usually, you submit your application within four days of the exam or assessment due date, right? But we do need you to give us report from doctor, report from psychologist or counselor, maybe a police report if your house gets broken into, etc. Right? So you need to show us documentation that something bad has happened to you unexpectedly, and we will be able to deal with it and help you, right, as best we can. Another type of special consideration, if you get ongoing circumstances, right? If it's long-term and ongoing, you can tell us and we'll try to help you as well. Right? So if you have a disability, you have a chronic medical or mental health condition, if you need to care for someone long-term, right? Or if you're an elite athlete, etc., right? We can help you with your studies. For example, we can be flexible in the due date of your assignment and possibly even exams. We could give you a longer time to finish your exams than other students taking the course as well. So those are the kinds of things we can help you with, but you just need to help, you need to let us know before we can help you. All right? So those are the kind of things. So please, if anything goes wrong, go to stop one, tell them you want to apply for special consideration, and they will be able to talk you through the process. But you need to let us know before we can take any steps to help you. All right. Now, we need to, every student at University of Melbourne has a student card. All right. So even during this pandemic, we will give you a student card. Now, you need to go to the Capture Me portal, unicard.unimel.edu/pre-capture-me-prod, right? And take a picture of yourself, right? Before we can give you a picture. Student cards will be mailed out to you, right? And including if you're overseas, we will also mail the card to you. This student card is special, okay? Only students from the University of Melbourne get this card. So you want this card, all right? This card is so special. It will unlock doors when you come to the University of Melbourne. You just swipe it and it magically open up doors in all places in the campus and you can go into it. So please, please do get the student card. But you need to go to this Capture Me portal to take a picture of yourself. It's very, very important to take a very good picture of yourself. Do not take a selfie, all right? Do not, make sure you ask your friends to take a very good picture of you, all right? I know all of you are wearing masks now, but we do not want you to wear masks, right? When you take this picture, okay? This is not what we want. Again, this is not what we want as well. And we want a full face, right? We don't want half a face. We don't want just top of your face or one side of your face, okay? We want you to be smiling, so please not like that too, okay? We do not want you to have an angry face on your student card. Make sure you have a nice picture, right? And please, please, last thing I want to request of you is please, right? Make sure you wear proper attire, right? When you take this picture. We do not want inappropriate attire. Make sure you're dressed properly when you take this picture of yourself. Exams, we have quite a few questions about exams. Now, please make sure, right, you are aware that for most subjects that you take at the University of Melbourne this semester, you will be able to take your exams online this semester. All right, so you'll be able to take your exams online in the second semester. We expect to be results. So even if you're overseas, you'll be able to take our course. Right? There are some small number of subjects that require physical attendance, right, on campus, but majority of the subject, I would say 95% of our subjects will be everything will be available online. Our final result release date is 11th of December 2020 for semester 2. Okay, now it is very important, right, that you know what is academic misconduct. There are certain things that we at Melbourne University that we do not tolerate. All right, so we do not want you to copy. All right, copying is not allowed. We do not want you to you have to do your assignments yourself. You can work in groups, but you have to do your assignments yourself. Exams, of course, have to be done by yourself. We do not want anyone of you to be looking at other people's answers and claiming the answer as your own. All right. So I want to poll, or I want to just have a look at how many of you know what academic misconduct is. Do you know what academic misconduct here is? So I'm going to launch a poll right now, right, to see. So if you can please, right, put your answers down. What do you think? Which of the following, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, is not an example of academic? Is not academic misconduct? Which of these is not an example of academic misconduct? Are you ready? All right, I'm going to show you your answer right now. What? Most of you said paying someone to write your assignment is not academic misconduct. This is not really. Do all of you think that way? Oh, no, I can't be. I think there's something wrong with my answer. Oh, is that okay? Oh, thank goodness, most of you know. Okay, thank goodness, most of you know that attending academic skills workshop to improve your writing skills is definitely not academic misconduct. Okay, we do not want you to be using another work of another person, right, and then without proper acknowledgement. Okay, so if you are copying someone's idea, you have to acknowledge them, right? And proper way of acknowledging, there are courses that tell you there are courses that we run that will tell you how to properly acknowledge people. If not, you can ask your lecturer to make sure that they can point you to a few sources of how you properly acknowledge people. You cannot, of course, you cannot pay someone to write your assignments for you, all right? You can't, you have to contribute to the group project, all right, and claim the equal share, right? You have to, if you're asked to work in the group of 3 or 4 to answer an assignment, then you have to put in your bit of work, right, and contribute towards the assignment. You cannot, don't let these other people do the work, right, without answering the assignment, without answering any questions yourself. Okay. So go to this website here, 28th of July, 2020 at 11 a.m. All right, links will be sent to you about referencing and using resources, how you can take ideas from other books or papers, right, and properly refer to them and properly acknowledge that piece of work in your work that you hand in, right, as part of your submission for assignment or even exams, right? So you have to reference them properly. Remember, if you're unclear, go to 28th of July, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Go to that website there on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen to find out more. All right. Now, if you are enrolled in the Master of Engineering, there's something called the Engineering Practice Hurdle that you need to finish. So apart from finishing the 300 points that you need to complete your degree, we also need you to prove communication skills, right? And to prove that you know how to behave as a professional. This is a requirement by Engineers Australia, right? In order, they want proof that all our students are able to act professionally when you go out and work as an engineer. So there is this skills towards employment program step, right? Where you have to submit a portfolio demonstrating your communication skills. You can also do Leaders in Communities Awards program and volunteer in a community and develop professional skills and leadership skills. Or you can take this subject, the internship subject, which is a 25-point internship for 10 to 16 weeks. There's this CAN industry. If you're a chemical engineer, you have access to CAN 90028, which is industry project subject, which will give you, which will allow you to achieve those hurdles. Or you can take a not-for-credit internship as well. You only need to do one of the items on the screen. You don't have to do all, right? You only have to do one. Either you do STEP or LICA or internship or industry project, right? In order to meet the hurdle requirement to get you the degree. There'll be more information about engineering practice hurdle in the email that will be sent to you next week. All right, so don't panic yet. There'll be more information there. All I want you to know is that you have to do one of this and only one of this before we will let you graduate. All right, so only one of this. More information in email next week. Developing communication skills is important. All right, so if you're not sure, all of you have met our entry requirement, but sometimes we find that students do need extra help when they come to the University of Melbourne with their communication skills. So there's more, you can take this test called DELA, right? If you more information about communication skills at go.unimelb.edu.au/AE6J, okay? That will tell you more about how you can take a test, right? An online test that is not compulsory, but it will help us gauge whether you might need an extra help or not with your English, and we will send you more material if we feel you need help. This has got nothing to do with your course, okay? It doesn't. If you fail the DELA, you do not fail your course, right? It's only assisting us to try to assist you, right, in improving your English while you're studying at the University of Melbourne, right? It's purely optional. You do not need to take it if you don't want to, but it's there as a help, right? As a form of assistance if you do need it and you want to find out whether your English would be good enough, right, in order to get through your course. So go to go.unimelb.edu.au/AE6J, okay, and do the DELA, okay? It's like a test, a non-compulsory test but it will just give us information whether we need to give you extra support, right, in improving your communication skills. All right, and we also have academic skills about students who need help with timetable, with with their time management skills, or with taking notes for during lectures, or maybe improving their English, right? You can go to services.unimelb.edu.au/academic skills, and they'll be able to help you, right, to improve, give you some tips and tricks, right, in order to improve your studies, right? So go to this website is useful. Or you Google academic skills UniMelb. Safety is very important, right? So if you are, this is probably not very relevant now that we're not on campus, but if you do go back to campus, right, when time comes to go back to campus, if there's any suspicion, if you see anyone suspicious, go to 8344-6666. Don't go to strange places, not well-lit places. Don't leave personal belongings unattended. There's security escort on campus as well. If you're studying late and you need someone to escort you to the tram stop, you can ask security to help you. Don't walk with around campus with headphones on, and so on. All right. University of Melbourne is an inclusive university. We treat everyone with respect. We do not tolerate bullying, sexual harassment, or discrimination. We do not tolerate that. If you feel you're being bullied, you feel you're sexually harassed, or you feel that you're being discriminated in any way whatsoever, let your lecturers know, let me know, let Mark know, let Jamie know, let anyone, or go to Stop One, report the incident, and we will deal with it, right? Because we do not tolerate bullying, sexual harassment, and discrimination. Take care of your digital footprint, because anything that you put online is there forever, and it will follow you wherever you go. If you're worried about safety on campus, talk to us on safercommunity.unimelb.edu.au. I just want to tell you about, I know all of you are very anxious about your studies, so you definitely need to do that. So on this left-hand side of the screen, is all your master's program, right? Your assignments that you need to do, the lectures that you need to attend, workshops, tutorials, etc. But please do not forget, right, that there is another part of your development that you need to do at the University of Melbourne in order to ensure that you are well prepared in order to get a job in the workplace. Okay, there's cohort building. You need to build a cohort. Student success and student well-being is very important. We take all these things very seriously. So things that you do outside the classroom is very important to us as well. So we build all these things that's outside the classroom, right? We put it under the umbrella called MSc Experience Series. You'll be seeing terms to do with MSc Experience Series in the MSc Express newsletter, which will be mailed out, right, in the next week or so, right? And they'll give you more information about student enrichment, what you can do outside the classroom, right, to become a better, to be of a better service to the community. You can join student clubs. We want to develop you as a well-rounded person, right, and become a professional that will contribute to society once you finish your degree. So MSc Experience Series is a series of workshops, tutorial events. All right, there'll be more information in the MSc Express newsletter that happens about anything that is run outside the classroom. It's run by our student enrichment team, student clubs, and industry partner that enhances your student experience and prepare you, right, for future success. There'll be lots of information about MSc Experience Series later on. MSc Experience Series is divided into industry series, professional skills series, technical skills series, and well-being series. I won't talk more about this because you'll get more information very, very soon. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to invite Jane Black, which is our industry placement coordinator, to talk a little bit about some of our programs in this area. So Jane.
Thanks, Andrew. Hi, everybody, and I'll just add my welcome to our virtual campus. I picked a picture this morning of our campus. It's one of my favourite spots. It's the old quad. So when we get onto campus, I hope you'll get a chance to check it out. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about a few of the things that the student enrichment team offer you, and they're related to your career, which I'm sure you're really interested in, because that's why we're at uni, right? So this semester, as Andrew said, you'll be able to attend a whole range of activities through student enrichment, and one of those is the professional skills series. So each semester we have 3 or 4 sessions over the semester where you get the chance to come along, this time virtually, and hear perhaps from some alumni speakers, people who've studied your courses, and hear about their experiences. This semester we will also deliver a Make the Most of Your Summer internship, make the most of your summer workshop. So you'll have a chance to think about and hear about ways you can make the most of summer in terms of building some of the skills we've been talking about this morning. And we also offer the chance for you to come along to drop-in sessions so we can work with you on your internship applications as well, and they happen regularly during the semester. We'll also be running the industry series, and this semester we've got Google and Telstra joining us online, and usually we try to get a handful of startups or smaller boutique organisations to come along and have a talk with you as well. And usually after those sessions there's a chance for you to interact and ask some questions. So you can find out about these sessions through the Melbourne School of Engineering calendar, which is on the current students website. I've popped the website down there for you. So the dates and the links to the Zoom meetings will be there. There's also lots of activities happening university-wide in the careers and employability space. August is a really busy time, and I know you're probably just getting your head around getting stuck into uni, but I'd really encourage you to check out these opportunities. Through August, we'll have the Focus on China week or so. Lots of employers joining us virtually from China to talk about careers and opportunities with them. There's also the Internships Fair, Employability Week, where we look at the things you can do while you're at uni to build your skills. And usually during semester 2 as well, we run a resume and LinkedIn sprint. And again, that will most likely be run virtually. So lots of opportunities for you. Really encourage you to use those opportunities to build your employability. And here's, a selection for you on screen of all the opportunities that you have available to you through Melbourne School of Engineering. One of the students that Andrew played the video of said, I noticed she said, when I went looking for the support and the connections, she found it. So it is up to you to engage with these things, find out when the dates are, get them in your calendar, and make sure you make them a priority to join, to attend and be part of them. It's a really great way for you to meet new people and build those skills along the way through your degree, and not leaving it till the end. If you're looking to build those skills and gain that knowledge about your career, and you're leaving it to the last semester, you've got a lot to learn. If you spread it out over your degree, over your time with us, it's a much easier way to go about it. Now, just to talk with you a little bit about internships, there's 4 things, actually there's 5 things. I should have added one more to your slide. But there's 4 key things I want you to know. You need to plan this into your course, okay? So you can plan by talking with a course advisor at Stop 1 and have a chat with them about when you can fit ENGR 933 into your course. We help you, okay? So we source a whole range of different internships. We also support students who want to go about finding their own internship. And one of the ways we do that is by getting you to come along to a Focus on Internship application session. You need to know that it's a 25-point subject, as Andrew mentioned before, and that's a key reason why you need to plan. You need to make sure you've got the points available to you in your degree and that you're eligible to undertake the subject and that the subject is available in your degree. And also, we don't want you to assume that it's too hard to secure an internship. Lots of students ask, oh, you know, is it a lot of work? What are my chances? Am I really going to be able to get an internship? My answer is, if you're prepared to do some of the work and take some of the work that you need to do and take advantage of the opportunities that we've got for you, you will get something. So don't assume that it's too hard. And the fifth point that I should have added to the slide is you might be wondering if internships are actually still happening. And the good news is they are. So we've got a cohort of over 50 students going out semester 2, and they will be working virtually with their internship employer. And it's actually been really pleasing to see industry still wanting to engage with our students. So those students, many of them have gone for an interview over Zoom, they've applied virtually, and they've been successful, and they'll be starting in the next couple of weeks. We're not sure what's going to be happening with summer, but we'll be working through that and keeping you up to date with what's happening in industry as that news develops. So I hope that's been helpful information for you to start thinking about your career and employability planning while you're with us. And I'm going to hand over to lovely Beth, who's going to talk to you about global mobility.
Thanks very much, Jane. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm here to talk about a couple of extra fun things. So I know you're all here to be very serious graduate students, but I'd like to have a bit of a chat to you about, once the world calms down a little bit, potentially working in a study abroad and exchange program into your degree. So at the moment, the University of Melbourne's got about 200 partners internationally. We send all of our students, so domestic and international students, out on exchange programs. Below, I've put a few dots on the very common places that we send students. I'm afraid I'm not quite as interactive as Andrew Uwe, so mine doesn't move. But it's possible for us to send you a great variety of places around the world. What you can do is you can go from anything from a short-term program, which is a month, up to about a year overseas. And since most of you are doing 2 to 3 year degrees, you do have room in your degree to do that. I won't give you too much information now because we do have information sessions during the semester, but I guess I'd just like to plant the seed that you, much as we are very delighted to have you here, we can actually send you away for a little while to have a bit of a different experience overseas as well. Professor Andrew Uwe mentioned the MS Express earlier, which is the newsletter that we send out to all of our students, all the students in an MSc degree. That will have information sessions on, that will list a number of things, including the exchange information sessions, including the sessions that Jane's just spoken about, internships, and lots of other opportunities for MSc students. The other thing I'd like to have a chat to you about is student clubs. So we have an information session for meeting the student clubs this afternoon, starting at 3:30, which I hope you can all come to. I'll pop the link up for that just in case anyone hasn't received it. On what we've got listed here is the MSc student clubs. So they're a fantastic bunch of student-run groups. And what they do is run different events for MSc students to get involved with. So they're a really good way, joining those clubs is a really good way to start to get to know other people in your course. And it's also a really good way to tie in with the activities they're doing. So some of them do outreach programs to schools and hackathons. A lot of them will run industry and networking events so you can get to know your discipline's industry a bit better. And they're just a great bunch of really involved people who are a lot of fun to get to know. So we'd really recommend that you go and meet your student club this afternoon or have a look on Facebook to try to find them. If Andrew would like to turn the page for me, there are also a lot of student clubs centrally that are not course related. So the MSc ones are usually fairly involved specifically with engineering and activities for engineering students. Centrally, there are a lot of other clubs that cover a huge variety of other things you might like to be interested in or get involved in. So there are language groups, cultural groups, activity groups. I don't even know how to explain. There are, like I said before, I think there are about 200 clubs. Yeah, we've got 200 clubs and 200 exchange partners. No wonder that number's in my head. We'll pop up the link to this afternoon in the student clubs events, but I just really like to recommend that you do get involved with clubs. It's a great way to sort of start building a network within your course and within the university and just sort of feel a bit more at home as you get started. All right, I'm handing over to Amanda, who's here to talk to you a little bit about scholarships and prizes.
Thanks, Beth. Hi, everybody. I'm the Scholarships Officer for the Melbourne School of Engineering, and I wanted to ask you, did you know that the university has a wide variety of scholarships on offer for students, not just at commencement, but right throughout your course? As well as the university, there are lots of scholarships open just to students within the Melbourne School of Engineering, and I manage those. So I'm just going to talk to you for a couple of minutes today about what's on offer and how you can apply. So first of all, where do scholarships actually come from? They are often from alumni, so past students of our school who love their Melbourne experience so much that they wanted to give back and help students of today in a similar situation as them. Also, organisations from industry who are looking to support and connect with the bright new minds in engineering and IT. So what's on offer? For coursework students doing your Masters, there are probably around 25 scholarships open each year. You won't be eligible for all of them, but there's probably something that will suit your specific circumstances. There are options for domestic or international students, and just having a look at the what's on offer slide here. There are a range of scholarships for specific courses or disciplines. For example, if you are in the Master of Engineering Civil or Structural, there are some scholarships specifically for you and others. For a specific segment of our cohort, so whether you're a female student, an Indigenous student, maybe in your first semester of your master's degree, there are special scholarships targeting those. And also for specific purposes as well. So those things might be to support you if you're in financial need or experiencing some form of disadvantage. And there are also scholarships to recognise academic merit as well. Some of these scholarships are once-off payments, but others are ongoing for the length of your course. And they can range from $2,000 right up to around $40,000, so quite substantial. So how do I apply? How do we find these scholarships? MSc scholarships are open in rounds throughout the year. So the next round will actually open next week at the start of semester. And the rounds are generally open for a few weeks. So you've got some time to actually gather the information you need and create a really good application. They're listed on our Melbourne School of Engineering coursework current students page. And also they are advertised in the MS Express newsletter. Super important you sign up for that and read those regularly, because as you've heard from everybody else speaking, there's lots of information each fortnight to really support you in your course. So you can find the scholarships in there as well, and also in your Canvas community, the information will be sent out and posted within your Canvas community learning management group. New scholarships are also being added each year. So there's a very busy team of people putting together brand new scholarships. So keep an eye out and keep coming back to those pages to see what's happening. Coming up in semester 2, which was just on that last slide actually, some of the highlights are a brand new 2-year scholarship from a national corporate organisation. So check that out. There's a scholarship for females in specialised courses. So if you're doing the Master of Energy Systems, Engineering Management, Engineering Structures or Environmental Engineering, there is a course, a scholarship on offer specifically for females in that course. So check that out. And there's also funding for a large project outside of your course. So probably not something you'll want to apply for right now, but it's on offer every year. So it's well worth having a read of. That's up to $15,000 for things that will support you outside of what you're studying in your actual course, but helping you to really develop yourself. So very well worth checking that one out. Just lastly, final slide, just a few tips from me. I see applications all of the time. So here's a few quick tips to ensure that you do put together a great application. So the first one is please make sure you're eligible. I do see a lot of applications from people who actually aren't in the right course, or they haven't met the opening requirements. Don't waste your time. You've got lots of other things you need to be busy doing. So don't apply if you're not in the right course, tip 1. The second one, take your time and answer the questions in detail. There'll be several questions within an application form. So really take your time and do your best to answer those with as much information as you possibly can, so that your application addresses the things that the selection panel are looking for. The third tip, make sure you tell your story. One of the main questions that comes up in most application forms for most scholarships is a personal statement. So this is your chance to tell your story, stand out, show your passion. Why are you passionate about engineering and IT? How are you actually going to put those funds to use? This is your moment to stand out and catch somebody's eye. And my last tip before I go is a really obvious one: apply. There's a saying in Australia and all around the world, you've got to be in it to win it. So a lot of people I know think, oh, there's going to be too many applications, I won't bother, I have no chance. Well, sometimes a scholarship opens and very few people apply. So please have a go, because you need to be in it to win it. That's all from me. I'll hand over back to Andrew, and have a great semester.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for all the great tips. So you have to be in it to win it, so make sure you apply for the scholarships that we have on offer. All right, sorry, we're running a little bit late. I've only got 2 more slides, so please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Our handle is at EngUniMelb for the latest engineering and IT news, events, and student opportunities. And look out for the MSE Express newsletter. All right, so we will send you fortnightly newsletter to update you about everything that we offer at Melbourne, in the Melbourne School of Engineering, and for IT students as well. So make sure you read that carefully. Don't just delete that email. Make sure you read that email, right? And get the information, because there'll be information on scholarships and internships, and those things I'm sure will be very, very important to you, right? When you are looking forward at succeeding at applications to the workforce. What's next? You have to make sure you attend your course coordinator sessions between 1 to 3 today. The links should have been sent to you already. Come along and meet the clubs. Clubs are very, very important. They set up your networks and be able to put you in contact with people from the industry and make you, in a good position in order to get internships and possibly graduate positions as well. 3:30 to 5 today. Make sure you complete your enrollment, you create your timetable, and get ready to study. All right, so this concludes our session. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. And I think this is, we can, I wish you all the best in your studies, and make sure that you, do well and study hard. I know this semester is gonna be very challenging, but you can be assured that we have got 1 semester of learning how to teach students, learning how to use the online tools, and we'll be doing a lot better in our teaching this semester in order for you to learn the material that you're supposed to learn in your course. And do engage. I know it's difficult to engage online, but do engage with us to get the most out of your time at the University of Melbourne. All right. Okay, so I think we can end this session now, and good luck. I wish you all the best and good luck with your studies at the University of Melbourne. Come and say hi to me as well, all right, when we are all back on campus. Look forward to meeting you soon.